Shabbos, everyone. Shabbos, everyone.
Shabbos.
On page, Elliot. Yeah. On page 7 and 8, everyone. We welcome friends. On Shabbat, everybody's a friend. Everybody's a friend on Shabbat. All Friends Day. All Yedidin, Yedid Nefesh. On page 7 and 8.
הארץ מכבודה נהגיל הרבה ונשמחה מהר הוא גבעה מועד וחננו כימי עולם.
For a couple of years, we weren't able to be in the space at precisely this moment in the holiday season and in the calendrical cycle of holiday and Parshiot. And we missed the angels who were rising up and down from heaven here. So many beautiful moments. And they always coincide with the ladder of Jacob, with the ascending and descending angels. There's a powerful image of angels that we sing every Shabbat. It made its way into halacha, when to say it, how to say it. It just means that on Shabbat maybe we have a softer way of looking at one another. And in that way, we're always surrounded by angels. It just depends on whether we see that or not. So welcome angels from above and from the sides and below. On page 6. Peace be with you.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachi Hasharet, Malachi Elyon, Mimelech Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Roachem Shalom, Malachi Hashalom, Malachi Elyon, Mimelech Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Maroni Leshalom, Malachi Hashalom, Malachi Shalom, Malachi Hashalom, Malachi Elyon, Mimelech Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. HaKadosh Baruch Hu, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
page 9 and 10.
לכו נרננה אל אדוני נריע הילצו ישנו
God's hand firms earth edges, molds mountain peaks, makes seas, shapes land. Come let us bow in awe and say our blessings before the breath that made us. For here is our God, and we are the shepherd's flock.
40 שנה אקוד בדו אומה עם טועה לבבל לא ידעו אשר נשבעתי ביבי אם יבואו אל מנוחתי. שירו לאדוני שיר חדש, שירו לאדוני כל הארץ, שירו לאדוני ברכו שמו, ועשרו ליום ביום ישועתו, וספרו הגויים לעבודו לכל העמים, לפני עולם כי גדול אדוני והוא על מאוד נורא, על כל אלוהים כי כל אלוהי העמים רגילים אדוני שמיים
Page.
Page 20.
You may be seated, everyone, as we turn to page 21 and 22. Anna v'choach gidulasi mincha, tati yitzra kabelina samecha, soivenu tavinu nora, nagivo shoshechuchim, chasin kadosh v'rov tuvcha nayelado sechom. 2/3 of the way down, in the bolded Hebrew, this word appears over and over again in Friday night services. Panim, paneh, to face, about face, surface. As we face one another and the Holy One and Shabbat, to remember our original face, face of peace. Yachid Ge'eh. Yachid Ge'eh. Le'am Echad taking 2 minutes to bring awareness to your body as you're being supported, recognizing the peace that already is present, nothing that you have to do or make, what is already holding you, holding us at this moment. And with each breath, we are relaxing our nervous system, we're resetting, bringing healing and a sense of peace and connection with each breath. And even as we invite our remarkable poet, Sharon Dolan, to come to the Bima to share a poem inviting us to stay in this place of peacefulness and connection.
Jacob after fording the Jabbok. All night long I wrestled with an angel, his face obscured by hair the color of light, arms strong, thin swords. We tumbled on the road as two animals in the heat of spring. We could not be parted. Bless me, I said, and he touched my thigh, the hollow of my thigh, and my desires were parted, the upper from the lower, as in my dream of angels going up and coming down. I strove to master desire with force, and I was mastered by his blessing, as a woman by the strength of her loving foe, as a man by the hollow that divides him from himself.
Sharon, somehow you always just open things. It's just amazing. Just an amazing thing that you do. Everyone, Shabbat is a time of bringing together that which divides and uniting that which is separated. Alma di Yehuda versus Alma di Piruda, the world of unity versus the world of division. And certainly, receiving Shabbat, receiving this blessing is a moment of unity, a moment of connection on page 23 and 24. Chadodi. We can do anything. The thing about the Chadodis, you can play any melody and it
really
just
can.
fits in. It's kind of an amazing thing. So if you just say Yaribon, how should nobody, how would you know? I wouldn't know.
That one works too. We tried
It also works. Try that one. Actually, let's go with that one.
try
Go
it?
with that. It's beautiful. Let's do it.
Let's try it. Likrat kala, pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi, likrat kala, pnei Shabbat nekabela. Shamo vezacho bediborecha, ishmi'anu el hamel. לך דודי לקראת קלה ולשבת לקבלה לך דודי לקראת קלה ולשבת לקבלה לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה כי מקור הברכה בראש מקדם נסוכה צום עשה במחשבה תחילה לך דודי לקראת קלה ונשבה לקבלה יש בלך עיר מלוכה ומצאים מתוך ההפכה רח ששלג בעמק הבכה והוא יחרון עלי יקבלה לך דודי לקראת קלה ונשבה נקבלה נבחרי מהפקני נשימי תפתח עמי על יד בן ישי ותסחני קורא אל נפשי גאלה לך דודי לקראת קלה ונשבה נקבלה התעוררי כי באורך קומי אורי שתדברי כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה לך דודי לקראת קלה ונשבה נקבלה לך דודי לקראת קלה ונשבה נקבלה לא תבקשי ולא תקרני מה תשתוקקי ובצלחני ויחסו אני ונפנצה עתילה ונפלת דודי לקראת קלה יננה ונשבת וקרדלה ונשבת וקרדלה והיו נמשיסה שוחייך ורחבו כל בלייך יסיס עלייך אלוהייך תפסוס הלב וחייתי לקראת קלה יננה ונשבת וקרדלה הולך דודי לקראת קלה יננה ונשבת וקרדלה ימין ושמאל תירוצי ואיז אדוני תעריצי גדיש ונרצי ונזכה ונקיבה וחנו מילים בטלה יננה ונשבת וקרדלה Shabbat, Shabbat, Nikavela, Lechado Dilikras Kala, Yana, Shabbat, Nikavela, Shabbat, Mikabela, Lechado Dilikras Kala, Yana, Shabbat, Mikabela,
Please rise. B'nei Shabbat, Nekabela, B'nei Shabbat, Please remain standing as we turn to face Yerushalayim. On page 27 and 28, Psalm 92, known as the Psalm of Shabbat, Shir Shel Shabbat, is Moshir Liyom HaShabbat.
טוב להודות לאדוני ולזמר שמחה אלוהים להגיד בבוקר חסדך ואמונתך בלילות עליה עלי היגיון בכינור שמחתני אדוני מפעל לך מעשה ידיך אדוני דילאי לה 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 Try that with me. La 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 la
righteous will flower like the palm tree and flourish like groves of cedars. Planted in God's house, they will blossom in God's courtyards.
צדיק אתה אמר יפרח, כי ארז בארנון יזכה, שתולים בבית אדוני, בחצרות אלוהינו יפרחו. עוד ינבון בשיבה, בשנים רעננים יהיו, להגיד כי ישר אדוני, צורי ולא עלה תבוא. La 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 la.
The beauty of Shabbat, the beauty of this music is that it brings healing, and so we bring all of those in our community who are in mourning this week and who are in healing need in body, heart, mind, and spirit. Rafat Suri, may the rock, the source of life, heal them, comfort them. We'll particularly send love and healing to Marlena Steiner, who lost her mother this week and who is also struggling with illness, everyone. We pray for healing tonight.
Rafat Siri el Neiman, ki at rofa uman, ad roshi shor chalshi vete koach le nafshi. Betach she'ar שוכן במרואים עליו דרך שמח חזנה אין מרחם בירה אל חי רצת תפילתי חושר יצרתי Adror kirare ben hagvira. Oh, 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 oh.
Please bring healing. there be love. May there be support. May there be community. May there be relief. May there be release. We include all of them amongst all of the children of Israel and all of our community. May there be a healing. May there be a healing. May there be a healing.
כי את רוחה ומר עד ראשי שור חנשי היטב כוח לנפשי
ונאמר אמן. Shabbos, everybody. Good Shabbos. Thank you, God, for this beautiful night and for this beautiful man and all that he brought tonight, and the beautiful people who supported this happening here so that we could have this gathering in quite this way. It's really a profound expression of celebration and community. So thank you to Shelley and to Carmi and to all of those who made this possible tonight. A couple of very brief announcements, and then we can say hello to some of you. Might be here for the first time. We'd love to welcome you. I'm not usually this soft-spoken, but I have a bit of something going on. But Baruch Hashem, I'm safe. Everybody, so don't have to worry. Just to let you know that online services tonight are in honor of our global member Ira Rifkin and his 80th birthday. It was sponsored by Abby Rosen and Ruth Berlin, his wife, and Abby's dear friend. Ira, I know you as a student wherever you are. I can't see you, but I know you're there. Ira, I know you as a student in all of our Kabbalah learning and all of our other learning, Hasidic masters and so on. You're an award-winning journalist and you're an author. You specialize in the intersection of global religion, culture, and politics. And you're a beloved father and grandpa. And you're treasured by many for your wisdom, your humor, and your good heart. And it's such a privilege to have our online services being sponsored in your honor. And so thank you, Ira and Ruth and Abby. Tomorrow morning, our open book will be at 8:45, followed by the morning services at 10 o'clock. Just so you know that our winter outerwear collection drive has returned. You can drop off all outerwear if it's in excellent condition, in the collection boxes that are in the Romemu Center, which is across the street on the south corner of 105th Street. In your newsletters, you'll also notice that we have a couple of important events coming up in this week and the week after as well. So this coming Tuesday, there is going to be an event at the JCC of Manhattan. We'll be partnering together with B'nai Jeshurun BJ and the JCC. Conversation with Roots, which is an organization that brings together Palestinian and Israeli peacemakers, will be involved in that as well. And on December 19th is to place this important event in your consciousness. The entire, I think, Jewish community here in New York will be gathering on Monday, December 19th, to shine a light on anti-Semitism, and it'll be in Times Square, a very important event. It'll take place at 5 o'clock. The UJA is joining with other Jewish organizations to raise this important issue at this moment. And so that's December 19th. And on the back of your newsletter, you'll see all kinds of wonderful events for Hanukkah, which is this, next Sunday night, Hanukkah begins. So we have a pre-Hanukkah community Shabbat dinner at the Romemu Center. Next Friday night, it will be, we'll have a Kabbalat Shabbat dinner, and that will be part of the beginning of community Shabbat meals every month, on the last Shabbat of the month. Seekers and Family Hanukkah celebration will also be taking place, and you don't want to miss December 21st, a really big gift that we're getting, coming back to Romemu, retrieving a gift that is from our past, but very much a part of all of our hearts. Chazan Basia will be with us on Wednesday, December 21st for a concert and a candle lighting. And by the way, there's also going to be a latke off. I don't know, have you heard of a latke off? Vodka, latke, I don't know. It's something about latkes. There'll be a judge who decrees who has the best tasting latke. Very competitive for a shul. It's like my latke is the best latke. Okay, we're going to have a latke off. Just need there it is, beautiful. Well, everybody, our rabbinic fellow Jackson is going to walk around and ask people, if you're here for the first time, if you'd like to stand up and say hello. That would be awesome. Anybody here for the first time that wants to say hello? Maybe somebody who knows how to do this. Maybe you want to show them what it's like. Okay, I'll stand. Okay, I'm here for the first time. My name is David, and I live on the Upper West Side, and I'm happy to be here. Who else wants to try that
We'll
out?
say that some of us are very good with faces, so if this is your first time, we might notice. Not looking at anyone in particular.
I'm Jess, and I'm here for the first time. I live in the Upper West Side.
Welcome.
Side.
Nice to have you. Awesome.
Oh, gonna get a workout in.
Hi.
What's your name?
That's it.
I'm Yuval.
Yuval. Hi, Yuval.
I'm Cecile, I'm Yuval's mom, and we are here to celebrate Shabbat together. We're enjoying it so much, so thank you.
Awesome. And where do you guys come from? Yuval, where do you live? Do you live here? Somewhere. I think your mom might want to,
101st and West End.
Okay,
Very
really
nearby.
specific. That's great. It's okay. With an address, that's great. What floor? Okay, great. Awesome. Anybody else want to say hi?
And maybe if you see somebody standing up near you, you can also stand up just to limit the amount of.
Hi, I'm Reva. I stood in order to set a good example. I'm here for the first time in a few years, so it's so great to be standing here again.
Welcome back.
Reva from the Bronx, just to be specific.
Okay, cool. Welcome back. Great to have you.
Anyone else? Oh, great. Back here. This is good because nobody on the screen can see you, so it's just like a voice beyond.
Oh, that's neat. Hi, I'm Matt. I recently moved to the area, and it's my first time here for Shabbat services.
Awesome.
Welcome. Shabbat shalom.
Great to have you. Thank you for being. Okay, making our way back.
Hi, my name is Emmy. I'm here for the second time, but I brought my friends with me who are here for the first time. I'm here thanks to my wonderful friends, Harriet and Mark, and I'm from Jerusalem. And we all came here to celebrate the Gala to Natal, which is an NGO in Israel that deals with post-trauma of victims of terror and war. So it's wonderful to be here. Thank you.
איזה יופי. ממש, תודה.
Hello, I'm Jacqueline. I'm also here for the second time, and I come from Austin, Texas.
One second. What was that? What was Austin like? Austin just was like, everybody got so excited about that.
It's
I mean,
basically Brooklyn.
It's like
but
Brooklyn, but in Texas. Got it. I
different.
got it.
It's a
It's
little-
Texas, Brooklyn. I got
yeah,
that.
It's
Nice.
a little bit warmer.
All right, Austin. Woo! Can have a new one.
Hi, my name's Anna. I'm here for the first time. Interesting, Mike. And I am from Connecticut.
Well, awesome. Thank you. Thank you, Anna. All right. I think we're good.
Great.
Okay. Anybody who hasn't yet said hello, we hope. Oh, okay. There we go.
There we go. I'm coming. Don't
It's
worry.
our commitment to making sure everyone who wants to say hello can say hello. Our services tonight will conclude at 10 o'clock. Just hold on.
Hi, my name is Kumba Siegel, and this is my first time here. I live in the area.
Welcome.
Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Brucha ba'ah. Welcome. So good to have you. We're so blessed to have so much beautiful community tonight. And those of you who are online for the first time, whether you're watching on YouTube or Facebook or you're with us in the Zoom room as well, we're just excited. And it's kind of one of the biggest mitzvot, the biggest, most important sacred moments we could ever do is to say hello to one another. In fact, I even told this, people who know this in the shul, that a couple of weeks ago we got an email from somebody who said, I've been coming to Romemu and I never got a chance, or no one really said hello to me. And I was looking forward to that because I heard how welcoming you were. And I said, you know what, even really incredibly welcoming communities can be, sometimes difficult for people to walk in and say hello and leave, feeling like no one saw you. And it happens to all of us. It's like nothing bad. It's just practice. So why don't we just stand up for a second and look around the room and see people? And if you feel comfortable taking a minute, wishing one another Shabbat Shalom and introducing yourselves, that might be just for a minute.
Amazing. Wow, beautiful. Magic.
Please join us, everyone. We're waiting for all of you so we can sing together. How many of you sang together with 300 other people the last couple of years? Let's sing together. We're gonna schmooze, I promise, in a minute, Ready, everybody? Ready? Es Adonai. Ya, 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 ya. Hamevorah. Baruch Adonai Hamevorah Leolam You may be seated in Eloteinu Rachamam Asher b'dvaram harifa aravim b'chachma tachat sharim U'b'tvunam b'shalayim Ela chaya v'kayemet Tamid timlach aleinu le'olam v'ed Berucha ad shechina Ha'ma'ariva Ad ravina elai Yamamai משפטים אותנו למטרתנו לאלוהינו לשוכבנו ובקומנו נשיח בחוקיך ונשמח בדברי תורתך כי הם חיינו מאורך ימינו ובהם נגד יומם ולילה ואהבתך אל תסיר ממנו איי 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 לעולם לי ברוך אתה הוויה אוהב עמו ישראל Shema Yisrael Adonai On page 39 and 40. ואהבת
את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך
ובכל מאודך והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך
היום על לבבך
ושמרת
ושיננתם לבניך ודיברתם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך
ובשוכבך ובקומך
ושקם לאות על ידך
והיו לטודפות
בין עיניך
וכסבתם
המזוזות ביתך ובישעריך.
We continue on page 41, 42, 43, 44 היה אם שמוע תשמעו מצוותיי אשר אנוכי מצווה אתכם. I'll put your grass in the field. And the well of life will be wounded, and will close up the skies so that there is no rain, and the earth will yield no harvest, and you will be lost from the good land that the well of life is giving you. ולימדתם אותם את בניכם לדבר בם בשבתך בביתך, ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך. כימי השמיים על הארץ ויאמר אדוני אל משה לאמור דבר על בני ישראל ואמרת להם ינצו למציצים וכתבי בידיהם לזוזם וראיתם אותו וזכרתם את כל מצוות אדוני ועשיתם אותם לטוב. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים. אדוני אלוהיכם אמת. On page 45 and 46. The one is the one and nothing else exists. We are the people of the one. So many different ways to say we made it. Lots of different ways to say we didn't think we'd get there, but we made it. The obstacles seemed impossible. The impediment seemed unscalable. It was impossible, it really was, but we made it. Pharaoh and his armies were too big. The systems were too strong. But somehow, we made it. And we will get there. And all people will be free one day. And all human beings will just be human beings one day. So many things to dream about and sing about. On page 47 and 48. Moses and his sister and the children of the God wrestler, they all sang this song with great joy. Micha Mocha.
חמוך מהרים אדוני חמוך נדר בקודש נורא
They came out with tofu, mecholot, and they were singing. How crazy! How'd you make it through?
Baruch atah Adonai, haporei sukat shalom aleinu, ve'akol amo Yisrael, ve'akol yoshvei tevel, ve'al Yerushalayim.
Please rise. Yeshanua, page 51 and 52.
Romemu b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat לעשות את השבת לדותם ברית עולם.
Amen. Amen. Yivrach Yerushalayim Yizmach Husay.
Mechama yechonu yomecho uchayetecho beit Yisrael ba'agala ubizman karim
v'yimenu
amen yishmeira v'mevorach le'olam le'amaya yitbo יתברך וישתבח, יתפאר ויתרומן ויתנשא, ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתעלה, שמי דקודשה לעילה, מן כל ברכתה ושירתה.
ושמחתה ונחמתה יאמירן בעולם
ואמרו.
We remain standing for Amidah, which can be found on page 55 and 56.
תפילתי, חושר עזרתי, מרת רוחו קרעיה,
I marvel at this technology that we have today, that we can look into our phones and the phone recognizes who we are. The way that a baby knows its mother, facial recognition happens quite young and is hardwired. One of the most remarkable things, though, is you don't have backside recognition. My wife sent me a picture of something I was doing in the house today, and it wasn't me, it was the backside of me, and I didn't know who it was. I kept thinking to myself, really? Is that the way I look like when I turn around? It's a remarkable thing, this front and this back that we have. And it's up for me, as it I think is up for everyone who reads the weekly wisdom of our people each and every year. And we speak about the story of Jacob and his transformation, which reaches its epiphany tomorrow morning, chapter 33 of the book of Genesis, in Bereshit Lamed Gimel. Not only is Jacob perpetually described as the one who comes after his brother, and the word in Hebrew for after is the same word in Hebrew for the behind, va'ichar acharei. But there's a lot in Joseph and Jacob's life, rather, that has to do with turning his back on and walking away. Jacob's life, as we know it, has a lot to do with subterfuge and deceit. A lot of what he had to do, the tradition teaches us, happened in the nighttime when things were dark and were invisible. And one of the first things that happens to Jacob when he leaves his parents' home is Vayifga b'makom kiva hashemesh. The sun goes down on Jacob as he begins his journey into the dark world. The world where he'll have to actually work through various issues in his life. And the sun keeps going down on Jacob. And the sun's disappearance also is one of the motifs. The other motif, of course, besides that and the behind, is the face. Jacob receives his blessing by looking into the face of a blind father who could not recognize his son in his true identity. And the denouement of the story, the height of the story and its face and the backside and the sun and its descent reaches its moment here in chapter 33. The Torah tells us that Jacob takes all that he has, his family, all that he deems precious. He has 2 wives, he has 2 maidservants, he has 11 children, and his brother Esau is on the way. And Jacob's terror grips him. And so he splits his camp into 2 and takes all that he has as precious and brings it over the Jabbok River, as Sharon mentioned. And then mysteriously, the Torah, without telling us how this happens, we find Jacob back on the other side, all by himself. Chapter 33, verse 24 says, Vayikachem ba'avirem et hanachal, vayaver et asher lo. He takes them over the Jabbok River, the ford, and brings all that he has with him. And then vayivater Yaakov levado, and Jacob winds up being alone. The rabbis, noticing the lack of something to connect, the connective tissue, say, what brought Jacob back from being with his precious family that he was guarding? And the Gemara in Chulin, the Talmud in Chulin says, Pachim ktanim shachach. He forgot little jars and went back to get them. There's nothing in the text that would in any way indicate that. But what is remarkable is that for the first time in Jacob's life, he's turning around to face what he has put behind him. He's turning around and turning his face towards that which was left behind. Certain jars, whatever they are, the rabbis later connect those jars to the jar of oil that was found in the temple and becomes the source of the Hanukkah miracle. Forgotten jars. And now Jacob, having gone back to retrieve these forgotten things, engages with this mysterious being with whom he wrestles. Vayar ki lo yacholo, and this wrestling match, there was no victor. Vateka, and Jacob's backside becomes dislocated behind him, in the back of his leg. And then the great moment, Jacob is asked, he asked the mysterious being for a blessing, and the being asked Jacob, "What's your name?" Obviously a Jewish mysterious being, he answered a question with another question. But more than that, it was a repetition, as it were, of the primal wound in Jacob's life, where his father asked him for his name, and Jacob lied and said, "I'm not the one who I really am." And so Jacob says, "My name is Jacob." And immediately the Torah tells us he gets a new name. Wow, no sooner has Jacob said, "My name is Jacob," than now his name will be not Jacob, Yisrael, the wrestler. And then, as a final gloss on this remarkable story, Jacob says, "I'm going to name this place the face of God, because I have seen God face to face." And no sooner has the Torah told us that Jacob now will be defined and will name places not by what is behind, but by a face. The Torah says, "And forevermore the Jews will never eat that part of the leg that is behind the cow, the hind quarter," because that was the place where Jacob was wounded. Jacob has a new wound, and it's in the back of his leg, and we don't eat that. We don't ingest that, and it's called the Gid HaNasheh. This whole story is a story of what some people might call shadow work, where Carl Jung and others described the parts of us that we leave behind us. We think about what's behind as that which is past. Not every culture sees what's behind as what's past. In some cultures, what's in front of us is past, and what's behind us is future. What's behind us in our Western mentality is the things that we have left behind, the things that we can move past. And clearly, for Jacob, in order to move forward, he had to turn around and get what he left behind. Jacob had to go back and get these forgotten something. What a remarkable midrash. What does it have to do with anything? Of course he went back. He couldn't go forward. Everything in his life was pulling him back. God was telling him it's time to go home. And so the rabbis come up with this beautiful midrash, this myth. He left vessels behind. Of course he left vessels behind. He ran. And when you prematurely place things that are not finished behind you, they wind up showing up right in front of you. And so here's Jacob having a chance of a lifetime to put the past not behind him, but in front of him. To be in front is to see it clearly, to know its textures, its contours, to see it again and again and again, as if repetition, compulsion, or that drive in all of us to finish what's unfinished is a beautiful gift of the divine to say, here's Big Ben, and here we are again. Right, here we are again. I know you. You're that thing I have with my father. Great. So thankful I can see it now, because otherwise it would be behind me. So every time someone brings you a forgotten vessel, say Shechianu. Thank you. I wouldn't have seen that because I tried to sweep it under that behind me carpet. That place that hides things that, can we just move on? I love it when people say that. Let's just move on. Let's put it behind us. That's great. How about let's put it in front of us? Let's really look at it. See, Esav, Yaakov, when he finished his journey and he was running away he's running away again. He's running away from his father-in-law Laban. That should have given him pause at that moment to say, oh, gee, what's familiar about this story? I was running away from my brother who was trying to kill me. Now I'm running away from my father-in-law, whom I also think is trying to kill me. Wait a second. Red light should pop off. And no sooner as Jacob said, I'm going home, he finds out that Esau, his brother, is coming to meet him too. The past will come chase us if we don't turn to face it. So of course, Jacob turns around for the first time. He says, oh, let me see what I forgot. And then the Torah tells us his wound now will be the wound in the backside. And the Hebrew for the sciatic nerve or the back is gid hanasheh, which means, what does gid mean? It means a vein or a sinew. And what does nasheh mean in Hebrew, anybody? To forget. We don't eat the forgetting vein. That thing that's behind us right there, you know? The place where we can't see there because we don't get pictures anymore that show us what's behind there. We don't eat the gid hanasheh. We don't eat the forgetting vein. We have to remember our name. We have to affirm the truth of who we are and also the truth of what we've done and what others have done. There's no way running away from it. So 3 years ago, tomorrow morning, in Jersey City, attackers walked into a kosher grocery store because they couldn't get into a Jewish primary school. That was their original target. And finding the door locked, they went next door to this grocery store thinking it was a Jewish store, and most of the people there would be Jewish. And within seconds, they had murdered Leah Mindel-Ferenc, who was one of the owners, and Moshe Deutsch, who was a customer. But one hero, Douglas Miguel Rodriguez, who was a worker at the store, who knew the ins and outs of the store, he helped Chaim Deutsch escape. And in the process of saving Chaim Deutsch's life, Douglas Miguel Rodriguez was murdered, leaving behind his wife, Amy, and his 11-year-old daughter, his wife and his 11-year-old daughter, Amy. 3 years ago, the past, which isn't past, was right in front of us. And what's remarkable about seeing the past coming back into the present and seeing it right in front of you is that you notice that it isn't exactly the past. It isn't exactly like it was. And you have an opportunity in that moment to do it ever so slightly differently. And so, of course, to learn from history and to say that anti-Semitism is something that Jews will always have to face and will always be rearing its head, it might be true. And it might be on the rise now with 125% of the increase in anti-Semitic attacks coming, or attacks against minorities being against Jews. But what's remarkable now is we're not alone, like Jacob. Douglas Miguel Rodriguez, saving lives. There have always been good people who save lives. There have always been good people who stand outside of the caricature of the past will always be the past. And so when we see the past in front of us, we see it not exactly as it once was. It's ever so slightly differently, Jacob. And this time I can wrestle with this being and I can win. This time I can do it differently because I have another chance to do it differently. It's not exactly as it once was. I can retrieve that energy for the sake of the future because I'm familiar with the past and I know exactly what it looks like and what it doesn't look like, and grow forward. It doesn't have to be exactly the way it once was. If that's true for the Jewish people, it's true for every one of us individually. Facial recognition means that I have the courage to turn in the direction of the things that I tend to want to avoid. Facial recognition means that when push comes to shove, I don't forget who I am, and I also don't forget the ways in which the past has informed my present. And I think the only thing that we can say as we enter this Hanukkah now is a prayer and a blessing for each and every one of us to place the past in front of us, to turn in that direction towards the future that is informed as intensely and as accurately as we can possibly make it by those things that have been in the past in order to make a better future. The past is in our face. And the future, well, the future is behind us all the way. Please rise. והשבותה אל לבביך כי אדוני הוא אלוהים
והשבותה אל לבביך כי הוויה היא האלוהים ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו
Please remain standing for the mourner's Kaddish. Tonight we remember Marlena Steiner's mother, Erica. And our hearts are with you, Marlena, and we also remember the loved ones here in the room. You can say the names of loved ones out loud at this moment in the room. The mourner's Kaddish can be found on page 115 and 116.
יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה.
אמן.
בעלמא דברך חירותי וימליך מלכותי. בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל. בעגלה ובזמן קריב ואמרו.
אמן.
יהי שמי רבה מבורך לעולם עלמי עלמיה. יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא. ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקודשה. לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דמירן בעלמה ואמרו,
אמן.
יהי שלמה רבה מן שמיה, וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו,
אמן.
עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום, עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ועל כל יושבי תבל, ואמרו, אמן.
Amen. Yehi Zichron Baruch. Their memory will be a blessing. I invite everybody to please rise. Before you sit, please rise. Stay risen. Stay risen. Tomorrow morning again, 8:45, will be open book with either myself or Rabbi Koresis, depending on how I feel and how she feels. She was also sick with COVID this week, and thank God she's doing much better.
Feel great.
Yeah.
I'm doing great.
You're great. Okay.
Don't worry, everyone. It's gonna be okay.
Why are you going to do the open book?
No, I just wanted.
Okay. How blessed are we with Jackson, our Joseph S. Ingber Rabbinic Fellow, such a talented rabbinical student, and very shortly will be a rabbi. It's really so wonderful whenever you're here. Amazing, Noah, back from Israel, right off the plane. He was in Israel yesterday at this time, probably was in Israel, and now he's back. And to, of course, the entire, Zach, you lifted so many hearts with your music and with your voice and with your arrangements, and you bring these remarkable musicians here. It's just beautiful. Yakuba and Nezid and Yakuba, thank you so much. And Claudia, back after a couple of time working at Columbia on her student responsibilities, is back to sing and lift hearts as well. A big yesher koach to the Romemu staff tonight as well, to Victor and his team, to Elliot, and to those who are online, to Jeffrey, who's staffing tonight, and to, again, all of the people who haven't been here for a while. We're so happy you're back. Really, you can't even imagine the joy in our hearts to see you back. I didn't get a chance to say this when both of them were here, but to Allegra and Scott, a big mazel tov on their engagement. It's just good to see the two of you together. Really, I don't know. I don't think that was private information, so I'm sorry. I think it's very public at this point, so it's amazing. And everybody here, there's a little kiddush across the street on the first floor of the Romemu Center. And also just a brief reminder, each and every Shabbos, before you run out the door, especially if you've been here for a while, say hello to somebody. We don't want Romemu to be a place that, that doesn't say hello to people. We know we have places to go. Just stop for a second, wish someone a Shabbat Shalom, and introduce yourself. Oh, and I would be really remiss. I could see Tal Siegel in the back talking to Larry. I just want to say, I like the reconnection, but Tal, thank you. Really amazing, Tal, and to Tal and the entire team of the Social Action Committee, to Deborah Pastner as well from Romemu's side, who made things. Monday night's panel on alternatives to incarceration was just remarkably successful and deep. It was deep. It made a big imprint on all of us. And we know that you have a day job too. And you did so much to make that possible, so many emails and pulling people and getting. So to you and to your whole team, to Lauren and to Jessica Litwack and to Linda and Iva Kaufman, all the people that made it possible, it really was a big deal. And we look forward to many more events like that and real action in the world. And Andrea Funer, thank you, Andrea. And to everybody, right? I'm gonna, you start thanking one person, you're in trouble. But to everyone, thank you so much. Page 88, everybody, Kiddush. Vayer vayivoker, Yom HaShishi, vayechulu hashamayim
v'haaretz v'chol tzevam, vayichal Elohim bayom hashvi'i melakto asher asa, vayishbot bayom hashvi'i mikol melakto asher asa, vayivarech Elohim et yom hashevi'i vayikadesh oto, ki vo shavat mikol melachto asher bara Elohim lasot. Savri chavirai, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagefen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho be'ahava v'ratzon hinchilanu, zikaron lema'aseh v'reshi, ki hu yom tehila lemikrayei kodesh, zecher letzion mitzrayim, kivanu v'aharta ve'otanu kidashta im kohanim v'shabbat kodshecha ve'ava u'ratzon ilchaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh haShabbat.
Amen. Thank you, Sharon Dolan, for your beautiful poem. We're with you, Zach. everybody. Good Shabbos. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom.
Da da da